Hello, everybody. Welcome to session 2 of Can You Hear Me Breathing? I hope so, because this mic should be on. It's definitely on. So, we are in a world where everything is going to shit and it's being fucked in the arse. But if you're watching this video, then you'll be of the comfort that at least it's happening in an alternate reality and it's entirely fictional. So hopefully, if you're watching this at the time, it'll give you some respite. Just to say, any kind of connotation towards the real world is entirely coincidental.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Very loosely. Okay, but what we're going to do first, as you can probably tell, disclaimer, this is going to be a bit of a silly episode. Let us reintroduce yourselves, and we're going to do a recap as well. So why don't I start off with the lovely person on my right/left, Mr. Ronnie Maxwell Foxworth.
Yes, Ronnie here. I'm playing Maxwell Foxworth, who is the absolute pinnacle. I am the agent's agent. I've had a few clients in my time, and now I'm just enjoying life.
Are we back? Are we back?
We never left.
Hello?
Hello.
You've
I
frozen.
can hear you. It's restoring
Good.
gradually, but we don't have images of you
Good. Ronnie?
particularly quickly.
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Oh, you're back properly now.
The entirety of that was very sporadic and robotic.
Oh, and he's gone.
And now we lost Jason.
Okay, here's. So while we're sitting in, now that you're seeing us in what I constantly nickname Dallas formation, just whenever we go out of it, bugger.
Right, and then I was booted out. Could you do that again for me, please? I'm so sorry.
Yes. Yes, Ronnie here, Maxwell Foxworth, the agent's agent. I have had a few clients in my time, and now I'm just enjoying being an agent rather than just representing very famous people. And it's lovely.
And can we reiterate, what corporation are you again?
That's a very good question, because I'm Western Federation.
So you're the English immigrant, I suppose.
Yes, I am the person Sting sang about when he sang that well-known ditty, "An Englishman in New York."
And then in my diagonal we have Zhang Juro, aka Phil, with one L.
Zhang Juro, agent of the Apocalypse, specialist in heavy machinery and mass pork product production.
Okay. And offensive back, one of the best ex-cougars in wet ball history. Becky.
I'm offensive! You should buy this product! It will be inserted here in green screen. I have no idea what I'm promoting.
Okay. So, recap then. So, yes, whilst you're all of corporations, affiliations, and things like that, you are kind of ex all of that, and you are now working quite sort of minimum wage jobs for the UIG and a rather douchey supervisor. It's been a little bit weird these last 24 hours or 48 hours for you. In fact, you're not actually quite sure how much time has passed when the session starts. But essentially, you have had a couple of episodes where there's been this weird cave, some grassy plains and a big tower. You don't know whether it's on the Earth somewhere or if it's off-world. But what you do know is you're wearing a suit at the time. And since coming out of that, in our kind of in media res flashback or what have you, you managed to dispatch some some kind of Splinter Cell group at an arcade, if you remember, and you found some strange drugs that were smuggled and hidden inside some of the arcade machines called Sonatol. Some EI sponsors got involved, which own the company Wunderbar Gyms. And their competitors are called NPNC Fitness. And you decided, after following some leads, going to a noodle bar, things like that, to go to NPNC, infiltrate it, take some Sonatol, and see what the hell is going on. You joined kind of a remote fighting class, either on the treadmill or what have you. But then the Sonatol started taking more effect, and, well, you think that's why. You are now transported back to the tower with the grassy plains. Now, if you remember, there was a voice in your suit. And as you kind of come round to your senses, the same voice is shouting and shouting at you. But you can hear little snippets of English in there now. Either you've pulled done a button or something, you're not sure, but she says in a slightly sort of sing-songy voice, she says, "Use the translator, stupids. And get into cover, for fuck's sake."
4 languages.
Yeah, but you don't speak my language. I've already told you this many, many times. Very hard to learn.
I find the translator wherever it is and have a look for it.
Yeah.
Am I coming through properly now?
Yes, very much loud and clear. Now, you see those ships that are flying towards you? I suggest that you get into cover right fucking now, because they've been hunting you for quite some time. And you can see these 3 ships, kind of information coming up over the horizon, and you can see sort of a red beam coming out of the middle one.
I get it. It's a computer game, a VR sim. Right, where's my gun?
It's no, it's not fucking Space Harrier. This is fucking Run for It.
Well, it's not a lot of cover.
You hear a sigh in your inner speaker. What is your what is your main gun skill that you have?
Well, 2-handed sword. But I I do have some ability with firearms, support and tactical firearms. But of course, my eye injury means I'm kind of rubbish at the best of times. But
okay,
I used to be much better.
Just give me 1 second. Have you got anything in heavy firearms?
I do have a point, yes.
Okay. Can you roll me? Let's see. A presence and a computers and AI roll.
Double 9.
A double 9. Okay, so you presumably you think you need something big to take down the ships, right? Yep. So you think hard. You don't know. You haven't got any weapons on you, but you what? A rock, or do you mean like a rocket?
A rock.
Okay. So what? You're trying to visualize a rock in your hand or something?
Oh, I'll pick one up off the ground.
You pick one off the ground. Okay. It looks like a rock, but it feels a bit like a really crappy handgun, like quite sort of flimsy.
Okay, but I'm going to chuck it at the ship.
Okay. So, how good is your throwing?
Well, I was an offensive back. I was never really. I mean, it would be covered under support weapons, I believe, would be the normal thing.
Yeah.
So, like, I was never the thrower, especially since my eye injury, because I can't really place the target very well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, can you give me then a strength with support weapons roll?
Yeah.
Oh, now that I've actually got a good chance at.
Zhang,
okay.
Shall we duck?
I think we should.
At extreme velocity and passes with an excess of 2.
Okay. So You throw this, and it does go quite far. They're kind of coming towards you, but the rock or gun, whatever you want to call it, it does go towards them, and then you see this little, almost like a bullet comes out of it as it hits the tip of the ship, but it still looks like a rock, and then it comes to the ground with a thud.
Right, at this point, I'm going to grab Offensive and say, "We have to get into cover. Come on, move!"
No, I need more rocks.
No,
They
no,
shoot.
no, no.
The rocks shoot.
We have to go back
We
in.
don't care.
There are a couple of rocks around here, but again, it is very, very grassy. So your best bet is to go towards the tower. There is some cover, you notice, as you're heading towards it anyway. There are a couple of sort of smaller compound buildings. You're not sure what they're used for. But compared to the tower, you didn't even realize they were there because the tower is so huge.
Okay.
Whereas these are more like shacks or sheds, but
I
like
don't
kind of
know.
metallic.
I don't know what those outbuildings were used for before, but I know what they're going to be used for now. Covering our asses.
Yes, and speaking of which, I'm assuming you're all running, so can you all give me strength and athletics, please?
Oh wow.
Oh shit.
Passed by 15.
Wow.
That's by 15.
Oh, whoa. No, I apologize. I apologize. Zeros and tens in this.
Yes.
Yeah, passed by 5.
You're supposed to be the rules lawyer.
Fail by
Fail,
what?
fail by 6.
Okay. What
I
about
can't.
you,
I
Jen?
can't work. I can't run worth a fucking damn.
I don't need to be fast. I just need to be faster than you.
Yes.
So what did you get, Jang?
I fell by 1.
Fed by 1. Okay.
Yeah. Essentially, I'm. Whatever's happening, I'm at the back.
Okay. So something shoots out of this first ship. You hear the sound, presumably, of a rocket of some kind. Fortunately, it doesn't hit you directly, but it does hit the ground very near you. Offensive is way out in front of you, so she is
Oh
absolutely
no.
cleared.
After that hits the ground, I'll double back because I'm going to pick it up and throw it back.
Okay, fine. But before then, the blast hits the ground, and Maxwell and
Bloody
Jang
hell!
are propelled up into the air. But fortunately, you kind of feel a slight floatiness, so you do hit the ground and you do hurt yourself a bit. But compared to normal, it's actually not too bad. So you both take 2 HP damage.
What the bloody hell was that?
They found a better rock. The rocks shoot. No, I just what's the nearest rock to me?
It's about 20 meters away.
Are you sure they're
Okay,
rocks?
no, I'll pick up that one instead. The last one shot. Their one shot.
Yes,
No,
but are you sure they're rocks? Rocks don't tend to behave that way.
We're on an alien landscape, and I'll pick up that rock and chuck it at the ship and see if that one shoots.
Guys, you need to set your weapon settings already. It's not hard. You hear the voice.
What weapon setting? Where to?
Yeah, you kind of have a look at your interface. It's really complicated, and you've never worn these suits before, as far as you're aware.
Yes.
Do you start kind of pushing buttons or trying to think about what to press?
Excuse me. Voice in my head. I don't suppose you have an online copy of suit controls for dummies.
Did you not get trained on this? What? Did you not do the training tutorial? Like, seriously? Everyone skips the fucking tutorial, seriously.
Right. Let's just say for a moment that in the heat of all of this, I have complete amnesia. Now, do be a darling and tell me how to work this fucking suit.
You hear a pause just for a couple of seconds, and then
Please.
she says, okay, if you press the blue button, followed by holding down the red button and the number 9, and press 12, 4, 9, 6, 7, 8, 4. Okay. Let's see if you remember all that, because she says it quite quickly. Can you give me reflexes plus computers and AI?
I'd rather not.
And Jang, if you try and do that as well, feel free.
Off. Made by 2.
Okay.
5. Yeah, I made that by 7.
Oof.
Okay.
That was close.
So the two of you, you think, yeah, I remember, and you feel quite proud. But rather than a weapon appearing in your hand, you suddenly see some washer fluid appear on your helmet and some wipers go past. And she says, "Don't ever fucking call me darling again, you bastard."
I do apologize. I do apologize. That was, of course, entirely ungentlemanly of me.
You don't hear anything now. It's as almost possibly she's turned off communications for a bit.
Guys, I keep hearing this funny alien language in my head.
Oh, shit. I've turned on her.
Oh,
Can I perhaps go over and
in,
have she got arm controls on her suit or something?
There is like a sort of a... Yeah, there is like a little console that opens up, although she has to do it herself, but you kind of point it out to her and go, "Look, it's in here."
in the words of...
That was close.
I have to say, in the words of that great gentleman, Hugh Grant, fuck-a-doodle-doo.
Question offensive. Are you going back for that rocket? The blast has kind of cleared a little bit.
Well, it depends if there was a rock closer than the rocket. Whatever's the closest rock, that's what I want to shoot.
Well, probably the rocket, and also it's the biggest.
Okay, yes, I'll throw that back at them.
All right. Okay, give me a strength plus support weapons.
Pass by 4.
Okay. Okay, so you hit the middle ship. The other two are actually starting to kind of come round like this, but the other one is staying in the middle, so it's a fairly easy target. You throw it almost like a spear at this huge rocket two-handed like that. It's still quite hot to the touch, actually, but you don't care. You know, you're used to being tough, so you throw it back. And it shoots towards it, and it explodes with this weird sort of confetti effect, almost like pink confetti. And the ship itself completely disappears. There's no sort of wreckage that starts tumbling down or anything. It's just gone.
Told you guys, the rocks shoot.
At that point, the other two start shooting with lasers.
Don't even go there. We're not helping her by enabling her delusion.
Can all of you give me agility plus athletics, please?
I really don't want to.
Oh, yeah, that's a really bad one.
Yep.
Pass by 11.
Oh, I passed by 1.
Fail by 3. If it requires any physical exertion at all, I am incapable.
Okay. So,
I actually have no points in my athletics at all.
Maxwell, you feel this incredibly hot, burning sensation all down the back of you. It's excruciatingly painful, almost as if you've been dropped in, I don't know, lava or something like that. The closest you can feel to that, and you can't keep moving at all, and you drop. You're in so much pain, you're sort of writhing around, and actually the pain is so bad you almost pass out with 10 damage, unfortunately. And at that point, as you feel that sort of heat and you fall, you suddenly feel something solid. You kind of hit your wrist on something solid, and you realize you've fallen off a treadmill, and you're now kind of on your back with a sort of rather bruised hand. You think you're back in the gym where you were before, and your kind of visor has come off.
What?
You hear this sort of chaos going on, and the rest of you as well. You kind of there's a little bit more time where you're on the grassy plain, but another rocket comes towards you. There's some kind of explosion, and then you hear it back in the gym. People are starting
What?
to run around. Instructors are trying to get people out. People are complaining that they want their full 20 credits worth of session, or else it's wasted.
We back in the gym. What's going on? Where's the
The
tower?
graphics look good, but the physics engine's weird. Why do rocks shoot?
Jang, you can see that Maxwell's fallen off his treadmill. You've kind of held on and come to a stop. Offensive, you've still got your boxing gloves on, and you're still in this gym, but there's very few people in it now.
Foxworth, are you all right?
I'd like to complain to the management.
You see one of the sort of plucky instructors comes in. This young guy, blonde hair. Yeah, I'm sure you want to complain in a little while, but for the moment, we need to get everybody out. Like, it's serious.
What is
serious?
happening?
That we've been broken into. There's a fire across the way in the hospital. It's all terrible. We need to get everybody evacuated right now. And as he's kind of half pulling you out, he then gets out what you think is like a questionnaire or form, and he says, I really appreciate it, though, if you had one moment of your time, once we are away from the wreckage, if you could fill this in and send it back to us via remote access point, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yes. Questionnaire. Yes. Do you have a pen?
I think he needs an accident report more than a
It's
questionnaire.
it's a questionnaire, but it's on like a little chip that you put inside.
Do you have a pen?
Well, you do it in your head because it goes into your chip.
I'm still asking him for a pen.
He looks at you like that's a really weird question.
He's an antiques collector.
Do you
Well,
have a pen?
You put it in your neck, sir.
Yes, but I'm going to put this pen somewhere in you if you don't take me to management right away.
Okay. Can you give me, since you're insisting to the poor guy, can you give me let's see, attitude. Presence and attitude.
Actually, I've got a decent shot of this. Right. So first of all, I have 16 in total for this, and attitude is the one with the asterisks on it.
Okay. You're definitely one of the Karens of the world, then.
Yes. That's rather disappointing. I only make it by 4.
Oh no. He gives you a look as if he thinks that you do this a lot, but he still complies and starts leading you over to the manager, who is just outside the gym. He's kind of ushering people out, giving out questionnaires and things, and trying to look happy. Meanwhile, offensive, what are you doing?
Shadow boxing.
You're shadow boxing.
Yes. Well, there's no one else here.
No, there isn't. However, somebody does come in.
Opponent!
Now, as you reach out to punch them, if you want to punch them, fine. But you do notice something that makes you hesitate slightly. They are wearing a cougar mascot outfit.
Do they look like they're here to fight?
Well, they're armed with quite a crude-looking weapon.
Okay, punch.
Okay, right. Throw your punch.
What's that going to be? Strength plus athletics, or is it close combat?
No,
Close
it's
combat.
agility versus close combat versus agility
Yes.
versus close combat.
This has got an asterisk. I passed by 10.
Okay. So yeah, you absolutely wallop them. You get them undercut in the jaw, and they just fly across the room. They're quite big, but obviously it doesn't really mean much because they still just get shot across the room for you. I know, it's the kitty, which gives you kind of like the way out if you want to go out, but even so, there's like a member of staff that comes in and checks. What the hell are you still doing here? Look,
Punch!
that's a terrorist. I assume that, yeah, you just get that for free. So you punch the member of staff as well. You can see actually there's like there's sort of blackened windows, but you can still see out of them. There is this sort of big orangey hue going on quite close by.
Oh, that's nice. Shadow boxing. Oh,
Okay.
No. I tell you what, I will actually pause once those two are down, take off my boxing glove, I'll sign the terrorist's face, put my glove back on, and then carry on shadow boxing.
Fair dues. Right, Jang, what are you doing at this point?
I'm going with Foxworth to see the management, to find out what's going on.
Okay. So right, so we're going out together. So as you go out to get to the manager, like I said, he's sort of ushering people out. You're noticing though, out of the corner of your eye, you're seeing patients on like stretchers and wheeled beds that are kind of going past, but you know this area fairly well. There is a hospital close by, but it's not in this shopping centre.
Right.
So it just comes across as a bit odd.
They've overdone the exercise a little bit, haven't they? They need to be carried out on stretchers.
So you get to the manager, who's looking a bit stressed out, but he says, let me just say, I am extremely sorry for what's happened here. I would love to invite each of you to become platinum members for a 5-credit discount as compensation for this inconvenience. What do you say?
Does it become less confusing?
What is the usual price of platinum membership?
Well, it depends if you're paying by the month or if you're paying quarterly or if you're paying annually.
What is the cheapest?
Well, let me lay them out for you. So for monthly, it is 12 times 5 credits. If it is quarterly, it is 25 times 4 credits. And if it is annually, it is 100 times 2.5 credits.
The 5-credit discount, it's free if you do monthly.
That's it. Everyone, the rest of you come out.
I will consider your offer very carefully.
Fantastic. Where would you like to sign up for? Do you want to go for the combat? Do you want to go for the more endurance?
No. Now we're going to
next week.
No. At this point, I actually put my finger at his lips. Now, your simulation caused me to feel extreme pain.
What?
1 minute I was on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Next thing, I'm running around in a strange suit on an alien landscape getting shot at. Whilst people were throwing rocks that turned into bullets and missiles. And next thing I know, I feel this searing heat on my back. And I have fallen off the treadmill. Now, what I want to know is, does that get me a bigger discount for your platinum fucking membership?
And he kind of takes your hand away gently. That's not one of our programs.
No fucking shit. Now, I still want to know what my real discount is going to be, because I can tell you now, 5 credits isn't going to cut it.
Well, we'd need to look into where this software came from, and we need evidence that it was on your console the time you tuned into it.
Well, I saw it as well. He's evidently the man is within full capability. So he's speaking the truth. It's what we saw.
Yes,
there you go. That is what we.
It.
Yes, no, that is what we call corroborating evidence,
Oh,
otherwise known as 2 fingers up at you. Where's my fucking discount? And it better be more than 5 fucking credits.
He looks at you like he's not convinced. He thinks you might be on something. I'm afraid I'm going to need cold, hard evidence.
Yes. Where's that pen? Speaking of cold, hard things that you need to be on.
You can give me another attitude and presence roll.
Again, made it before. I keep rolling 12.
All right, sir. I will sort out, after this mess, I will sort out a $20 a month discount. How is that? 20 credit a month discount. I keep saying dollars because Western Fed, it's not. How is that, sir?
That sounds good. Obviously, this will be extended for 5 years.
For 5 years. Yes.
Good.
You can see like the whites of his knuckles. He's just trying to hold back his tension. However, I understand that 3 of you came in. Where's your friend?
Probably
Well-
still exercising. She's very keen.
Yes, she's a former player, you know.
Well, she might well be, but everybody is in danger here. We need to get her out. And he starts like going back into the sort of foyer bit. But as he starts walking away, suddenly something comes out and shoots him, and he falls to the ground. You turn around and see this rather kind of manic, happy smile coming from somebody wearing a mascot suit. And you notice a cougar on the grey uniform or colours.
What the fuck?
That's very inconvenient. Someone shooting him just as we was getting somewhere.
I go over to the manager.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still alive?
You don't think so? If he is, he's unconscious.
I get out my cougar and sort of nudge him. Excuse me.
Let me have a look at him. You're more likely to put a bullet in him than anything.
I don't want to put a bullet in him. I want to make sure my fucking discount went through before he got shot.
I'll check him out if I can.
Yeah. I mean, what are you checking him for exactly?
Just to see if there's anything we can do to keep him alive. If he's fading fast, or
Well, there's a big bullet wound in his back, and there's a lot of blood seeping on the ground.
okay. Oh, so he's a goner then.
Yeah, it looks
I'm afraid he's probably you've not probably got your discount.
Maxwell, as Jang is saying this, you see the person wearing the mascot bring up their Uzi and start shooting at you. I'll let you do an agility. It's going to have to be athletics, I'm afraid. Agility and athletics roll. But Jang, because you're kind of on the ground, it's going to be difficult unless you can maybe roll away.
Made by one.
Maybe
Yeah.
one. Okay.
I actually rolled low for once in my life.
I could try and roll away, but say athleticsy type stuff is not my speciality.
Do I get to fire first?
Ooh, that's not good.
Not compared to the person in the mascot suit, no, but out of the 2 of you, probably.
Okay, so my rolling away, I missed by 13.
As in, you missed the target by 13.
No, I missed. I tried to roll and obviously got tangled up in the dead body in front of me, covered in blood more than likely.
Yeah, ridiculously so. Although it's potential that it acts as a meat shield. And in fact, judging by my roll, yes, you're very, very lucky because they rolled rather badly. So Maxwell, yeah, you dart out of the way. Jang, you get so tangled up in this body that it kind of the torso ends up on your face, and the bullets kind of go into the torso. So you're okay, but you're kind of drowning at the minute.
Jang, this is not a time to deal with your necrophilia.
Get this
Get
thing
off that
me.
fucking body.
Ah, it reminds me I fell into that pork processing machine.
Oh God! What a horrible image.
Jumping back to offensive for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of doing your shadow boxing.
Well, yes, I have been, but I figure I've completed level 1.
You
So
have,
maybe to get to level 2, I have to go out into the corridor and start punching people there.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so that's fine. So you start making your way out. You can see a couple of straddlers that are sort of trying to get change. And
No, I hit them.
yeah.
I think I'm in the simulation.
Yes.
So
I realise that.
everything is something to hit. That's how games work.
Indeed.
It's a fighting game, so
There are a couple of stronger people you come across actually. Can you make me a roll for these two?
oh,
Although I am rolling badly.
I don't think you could roll as badly as me. I actually,
double zero.
yeah.
Ooh, okay. So
Do I slip over on blood or something?
not only do you slip over on blood.
Oh no! It's my asterisk skill. I can't crit fail.
Okay,
I just
really bad.
I just lose a miss.
Yeah. Okay, so you slip on some blood, which causes you to lose your footing, so you miss completely. But you are walloped in the jaw by one of these sort of strong, burly men, and you really feel it. It's like real life, and you take 1 HP for that. Like you feel like possibly your jaw's dislocated.
Whoa! Right, get that back in and headbutt him.
Yep, that's fine. See how you headbutting you kind of he becomes a bit dazed and you push him out of the way. You start to sort of make your way back, and eventually you get to the foyer where you see Jang, who's kind of underneath somebody else, bleeding out and is covered in blood himself. Maxwell is about to fire another mascot, summoning a mascot, same uniform with an Uzi.
Oh, right, I better run to them quickly because I've only got a close combat weapon on me.
Indeed, you do. Let's see if you make it to them in time. Let's do a strength plus athletics roll.
Pass by 2.
Okay, yeah, that's absolutely fine. You do. Which one are you heading to in particular, or does it not really matter?
The one with the Uzi is.
Oh, you're heading to the guy with the Uzi.
Yeah.
Person with the Uzi. Okay, cool. So they've just fired. They're kind of waiting for the gun to cool down a little bit. Obviously got a not great threshold. So as it like raises their hand to fire, you do get an attack in.
Okay, I punch him in the face with much excess. 7.
Okay. 7 excess. Okay. Yeah, so you see
In
them
fact,
duck out of the way, but you follow and you manage to just get him in.
even cooler is I actually, at the end of my sprint, I'm actually sliding with the blood on my feet as I run across the blood pool and then uppercut him on the way past.
Yeah. Okay, even better. Yeah. So okay. Let's say that they raise their gun and they sort of start tracking you, but you're sliding along and wallop. Okay, great. So they're knocked down for now. Their gun kind of slides out of their hand a little bit. They're getting back up though. They're not like particularly damaged as such.
What?
Well, You think they are a little bit, but
Some.
a little bit, but they
Okay.
have got this thing on. What about the other two? What are you doing?
I'm firing.
Fire away.
I'm struggling with this dead body on the floor and shit. Someone get this thing off of me!
That's 2 hits for 14 damage.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. So, whilst the punch didn't do that much, the bullets just go straight through this sort of spongy armor, and you see some blood spurt out of the head and the chest. You're not sure if it's killed him, but it's definitely incapacitated him, and falls to the ground. As this happens, you see a couple more nurses wheel past some more patients. They appear to be going into one of the big lifts.
Perhaps we should follow those people.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna. Sorry, did this guy go down dead? Sorry.
Definitely incapacitated, but you don't know
Okay.
if it's completely killed him.
Okay, then he has to have a boot to the face.
Okay, that's fine. You break his nose.
Are we,
Alright.
are we
I'm gonna
talking
get rid of
the-
these boxing gloves because they're not so good. I'm gonna go back to my sword. So I pick up my kit bag, get my sword out, hoist my bag over both arms, so I'm like carrying it as a vertical thing. I'm like, this feels better. Now, level 3, guys, come on! And I start chasing after the people pushing the hospital trolleys.
Are you guys gonna stop her or just let her?
I don't think they're actually part of the game.
No,
No, just background, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Just-
yes.
Oh,
Incidental.
right. Where are the terrorists?
Bloody
So-
good question.
You see just out of the corner of your eye, you see a couple try and go down, like get into a fire exit type stairwell, but they also appear to be armed.
That way.
Charge!
And they are going up.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Here's the plan, Zhang. Obi's going to take the fire, and then we can shoot back.
I like it. Well, so
You
far,
charged ahead.
I've taken all the hits so far.
I'm going to see which one of them runs slowest.
It's gonna
What,
be
the-
me. I
the-
can't fucking.
No,
As
the
in your party?
terrorists.
That,
The
okay.
terrorists.
Okay. Yeah, you see one lag slightly further behind the
But my
others.
point is, I'm chasing to kill.
Okay. What I'll do, because two of them at least are sort of already in the stairwell and they're closing. There's like sort of a metal sliding door thing. They're already
Mhm.
closing that. I'll say that you managed to grab onto one of the sort of baggy trousers of one of the mascot suits. So you pull one of them back.
Oh, but I can't stop the gate from shutting. Can I? Can I put my leg in it?
Yes, although it is quite a thin metal door, so you might take a bit of a hit for that.
Yeah, no,
Your will.
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
As long as I can stop them from closing it, I'll put my leg in the way, and I'll take the hit on my leg.
Okay, can you make me a endurance? And what the hell would this be? I really don't know with this one. Let's go with athletics. Fuck it. I can't think of anything close than that.
Passed by 8.
Yeah, you've done this many times, it seems. Or either that, or you've got like a metal plate in your ankle. You barely feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you stop it from sliding shut. You're not sure if the others inside have noticed, but you can definitely now kind of reopen it.
Yeah. Well, I'll just deal with the one that I hacked out.
Yep. Yeah, so I'll say that you kind of pulled them back. You managed to get a little sword slash in.
Well,
So
I thought I ripped one out the lift,
That's
stuck
right,
my
yeah.
leg in the way, and then
Yeah.
I'll clobber in one with the sword.
Then you do it. Okay, you're in point blank range, so I won't let you make a roll, but feel free to roll damage.
Oh, I need bigger dice. Oh no, I have to make a roll because my excess gets added to damage with my insane
right, okay, all right.
abilities. Although not that much this time.
You're definitely gonna hit, that's for sure.
29.
Yeah. You completely chop off an arm and blood just comes out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It even leaks into the stairwell.
Come on, guys, catch up!
After all that running on the treadmill, then we got to run after OB.
Yep, it's definitely leg day. So you haul open the door with a. It's obviously not used very much. You can see that the others. You think there's 3 more of them. They're pretty fast, and they're definitely ascending quite quickly. But you can follow them, no problem. You can hear them because it's quite a small stairwell. Okay, let's see where they decide to end up. Okay, so you think that they just head up to the next floor. You're not sure what's up there. You've never been this far up before.
Okay.
You kind of you slide open the door again. It looks quite colourful in here. You hear this sort of slightly creepy, out of tune music. That's kind of got that plinky plonky type feel to it. It's quite dark in here, apart from the music, but it sort of smells like. Oh, the best way to put it, almost like if you know the smell of like little cheesy crackers. It smells a bit like that. And birthday cake.
Okay. Well,
Birthday cake.
I'm just going to run from the most obvious route forward and see if I bump into them.
Okay.
Screaming as I go. Ah!
Okay, so you run forward. There's quite large structures all around. Like there are corridors. The ceiling as well is pretty high. And you can sort of see there's sort of some neon lights, designs and things like that. You think you can even see one of those big pools full of balls that kids play in. So when you run down this corridor, you're sort of screaming, it's echoing around.
They could have hidden in there. Must make a mental note to buy grenades.
I make a mental note. No grenades. We're not letting her have grenades.
Okay,
That's only
what are
going
you
to.
doing?
That's only going to build into her rocks can do damage fantasy.
It's at least it's easy to follow OB. Just follow the noise, the screaming, and
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just following her.
Try and keep up there.
trying to keep up.
Yeah,
'cause
you can
we're
just
not-
about see the glint of her sword blade as well.
Yeah,
Like I
'cause
said,
OB
there
would
is
be
some
off.
light. It's low light, almost like emergency lighting, or something like
Ooh.
that is on.
Right. I'm going to get to the door of whatever premises this is because we've just come in the back way, yeah?
Well, you come in some sort of back way. You don't know if there's
Yeah.
other ways in.
Okay, so I'm going to get to the front of it. I'll
Yeah.
shout at. No, I'll go over the speakers, but I'll shout, "Secure the rear entrance. I'll take the front, and then they're locked in."
Wow, an unusual streak of genius from OB.
Okay, so the two of you are going to go to find a main entrance somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
with the rear entrance, I think OB's going front.
Yeah.
And we're going the
Yeah.
rear entrance. Or we can
Obi's hoping. I think the idea is that either she'll be able to catch the two blighters, in which case, well, we won't have to worry about anything because she's rather handy with that big knife of hers.
Mhm.
Or she'll scare them off because she's very handy with it, and they'll run to the back entrance and meet us. The only thing we have to make sure of is, in the whilst everything's going on, that she doesn't accidentally come after us in a blind rage as she runs out the back door.
That is a very good point.
I'm going to need to check some descriptions for... Oh, well, first of all, I've got to find the front door. Let's do that.
Oh, so you're all finding the front door.
No, I'm finding the front door. They're guarding the entrance that we came in by.
Right. Okay. So, obviously, offensive, you've never been in here before. You can sort of see. So I'm happy to give you a +4 bonus to this. But can you give me perception plus observation?
Oh, dear.
I know you're a bit terrible at this.
Yes. Well, one of the dice was under my total.
Okay. Yeah, you can see this sort of brighter light. You definitely think that's where the entrance is, so you head off to that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Maxwell and Zhang, are you kind of holding your position, or are you pacing up and down? What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to hold position.
Yeah, I'll try and find some cover. I'll take out the Black Cougar and just try and find some cover. Just sort of, if someone does try and ambush them.
Okay. As Obi, sort of her screams get further and further away and it starts getting quieter again, there's this sort of weird eeriness. And then you realize that the music has stopped. But there is another noise. Something is on sort of a netted climbing structure to your right. And there is a rather unnerving low buzzing sound. And you see this sort of fluttering of wings in the darkness. And this rather large creature of some sort of about as big as a football, comes down and starts coming towards you. You can see it's
I
mandibles.
don't like the look of that. I'll take that to get a couple shots at that.
What the absolute fuck? Yes, I think we're going to have to shoot it, so we can properly identify it afterwards.
Okay. Yep. Feel free to try and shoot it.
Yep. Figure out.
That's a 6, so I made it by 6. That's my first one.
Yeah, I'm rolling terribly. Ever since 13.
I made all 3 shots.
Okay, so it looks like a fast creature, but you get it. Whether it was a fluke or not, you both get it. Sort of splurts of yellow come out of it, and it looks like you've kind of split a bit of its exoskeleton. It looks kind of grotesque now. But then, as it kind of staggers around in a daze, you hear more of this buzzing coming from down the corridor.
Oh, there might be more of them. I say, hanging around with OB must be rubbing off on us a bit.
Speaking of which, OB, you head over to this lighter part that you think, obviously, that's the entrance, because, you know, it's lighter out there. But what happens is you just get to the lift, and there's, like, a load of lights to kind of guide you. So you're stuck with this closed lift in front of you.
Okay, I smashed the control panel so they can't use it and pull out the wires.
Okay, that's fine. As you do so, you hear the sound of a gun being loaded behind you.
Awesome! Found them.
Okay, what do you do?
Ah!
Okay, so are you sort of spinning around with your blade then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Make me a roll to see if you surprise them.
But what we're talking here, close combat.
Yeah, still close combat, but just to see if you get in before they do. So it's opposed.
Okay, passed by 1.
Okay. Again, that's still better than what I rolled. Yeah, you definitely kind of you slice them almost in half with this sort of beautiful arc. They had no idea that you were going to spin around so quickly, and obviously that became their demise. But as you kind of scream and you slice into them and they crumple to the floor, you see somebody else kind of marching up to you, and they've got a bigger gun, but they don't look like people in the mascot suits at
Oh.
all.
Connection.
In fact, you've never seen anybody like this. They're sort of early 20s, you think? Oh, hold on. Wow, the connection's terrible tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still here?
Yes.
Yeah.
So somebody else coming at me with an even bigger gun.
Even bigger gun. They're not holding it up to you or anything like that. They're just kind of brandishing it. You've never really seen anybody like this. They look kind of like they've just been to a cosplay in sort of a slightly weird outfit. They've got like war makeup on them. You think they're sort of early 20s, possibly even younger than that. But they kind of look a bit annoyed with you and they say, "That was mine! Seriously!
God, it's a laser tag player, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay.
What the fuck?" So, jumping back to the other two for a second. So you're hearing more buzzing, and suddenly about 5 more of these huge bugs almost kind of dive towards you from the other corridor. Can you make me agility plus athletics roll?
No. I mean, I can roll, but I'm not going to make it.
Well, I keep saying can and ask, but it doesn't mean that you can. May you?
I rolled exactly on it.
Fantastic. There you go.
I missed by 11.
Oh,
Whoa. Okay. So Maxwell, you dive out of the way, no problem, and you brace yourself up against the net where the other one is. Jang, you see these mandibles kind of come at you. Fortunately, only one of them gets onto you because, again, my rolls are being terrible. So they sink the mandibles into your neck, and you take 2 HP. It really just sting quite badly. You're muted.
Get this damn thing off me.
yes. It's I'm going to just sort of clear the air just a little. I'm going to start shooting.
Okay, you do start shooting, and Jang, you also managed to pull off this sort of football-sized creature. Fortunately, because it's big, it's easy to kind of hold. But as you do so, and Maxwell's firing, you suddenly see this huge stream of fire kind of engulf the area. And as everything clears, you realize that there is somebody else in the room with you holding a flamethrower, and they have just essentially vaporized the rest of these creatures.
Wow, where did you get that from?
Quite a sort of well-built but young-looking guy. He's sort of got dark skin, not much hair, war paint, fluorescent actually, so it's sort of fluorescent blue, and he sort of looks at you with a rather brooding look in this really weird outfit, kind of a bit post-apocalyptic, you think, but it looks really corny and stupid. And he says to you, "Woo! That's how we do it. Yeah. XP for me."
Well, where did you come from?
What the flaming hell was that?
And suddenly all the lights come on. And you see this other, again, very young person. It's a woman this time. And again, sort of early 20s, you think, maybe a bit younger. And she's also wearing kind of spikes and stuff like that. And she's holding like a staff made of foam of some kind, but it's all kind of customized. And she says, "There we go, that's better." And I think that we'll take a short break.
Okay.
Hello, Steve. So apparently we are in lockdown now, according to News. And finally get to feel what it's like living in 1984.
Yep. Hi, Steve. Yeah. Apart from going out for essentials like shopping and stuff, that's us under.
That's bad enough now.
I think this is to stop the people who think that it's still perfectly okay to go to the beach.
Yeah, I mean, there's like I said before we started, there's loads of people that have come down to Cornwall.
Yeah, well, it's holiday now, isn't it? Because they can't go to work and they're getting paid.
Yeah, perfectly fine to go out and.
It's the people who can't go to work and aren't getting paid I feel sorry for.
Yeah, that is not good. Yeah, and that's
But anyway.
going to be serious for them.
I mean,
serious.
Back in the day when I was, when I was temping years ago, I'd have been screwed. Right now, absolutely screwed.
But yeah, it's so tomorrow I will be. Well, I have to go out now. I was going out tomorrow morning anyway because I've got some bills to pay. Do some shopping, which will hopefully see me to the weekend. And just do a bit of shopping and basically lock myself away.
Yeah, I've got the list up. Of, like,
London idiots, apparently. Was Steve saying? Were there a particular case there that I've not heard of this?
So yeah, it says people will be allowed to leave their homes for only very limited purposes. Shopping for basic necessities, for one form of exercise a day, for any medical need, and to travel to and from work when absolutely necessary. Apparently my work is absolutely necessary. People are warned not to meet friends and family members who they do not live with. Shopping is only permitted for essentials like food and medicine, and people are advised to do it as little as you can. Police have powers to enforce the rules, including fines and dispersing gatherings. All shops selling non-essential goods like clothing or to close. Other stuff that was already closed or to close if they haven't done so already. All gatherings of more than 2 people in public, excluding people you live with, are banned. All social events, including weddings, are banned. So there you go.
Yeah.
It took a
Yeah,
week.
you made the right decision there.
Yeah. Funerals are not included. Okay, I really don't understand that. Parks remain open for exercise, but gatherings will be dispersed.
I think because while weddings can be postponed for some period, sooner or later the body's going to go off.
Restrictions are under constant review and will be checked again in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I saw what Steve's saying there. I'm underground parks in London this morning. I did see it was quite busy apparently.
3 weeks isn't very long.
Yeah, it was absolutely. I mean, I saw the pictures of the tube. I mean, it's that thing where the trains have all went to a limited service because there's less people, but then you get places like London, and they all decided, well, we all have to get on this tube, and they all went on the same tube. And it was breathing room only. I mean, they were literally packed in like sardines. I mean, it was insane. It was like, you see all those pictures of New York subway trains, you know, where people are sort of nose to tail. And it was exactly like that. It was insane.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to the shop tomorrow.
You've got to go at some point.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to killing LARPers.
Wait, so yeah, there are some sort of strange LARPers. They look kind of like they're not quite with it. You kind of hear the noise back with Maxwell and Zhang Obi as well.
Well, as this kid is sort of speaking woohoo and all that kind of crap, I'm just going skip, skip, skip.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Are you a quest giver?
No. If anything, you're the quest giver. You're an NPP.
NPP.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
What? Who the fuck programmed you? Seriously? Non-player pixels?
Oh, I'm not. I'm not an NPP.
And he turns back behind him and he can hear sort of kerfuffle going on down the corridor, so he just ignores you and runs back.
He must be a monster.
Okay. Let's see if you catch up to him. Strength plus athletics, please.
Yeah, passed by many.
As does he.
Oh,
He
I
is
passed
fast.
by 8.
Oh, he also passed by 8.
Ah.
So you kind of gain on him, but he's just got that edge, and by the time you're sort of gaining on him again, he's caught up with you think are his friends, and you see Maxwell and Zhang back by the door.
Okay, I just have to power through all of them. It's an encounter.
Okay, you see, there's two more of these larpers. One of them looks kind of stronger and more burly, and the other one is kind of, she looks like a spellcaster of some kind. You think?
Oh, you got to start with the spellcaster.
Okay,
I've played
That's
these games
fine.
before.
that is fine. Actually, as she's the first one to react to you, actually, she sees you kind of coming up and charging. She puts her fingers like this, and as the other two sort of are just in shock, presumably. Can you make mirror? Ooh, I bet there's a rule in this somewhere, isn't there? One moment. Before I ask the rules lawyer.
I'm not a rules lawyer. Why do you keep calling me that? I don't
Oh,
know the telepathic stuff.
You definitely know a lot of stuff compared to me with this. Yeah. Here we go. So,
I feel offended.
oh,
Am I a rules lawyer, Phil?
Not particularly like that, are you? I don't
I
think so.
didn't think so, but Jason does. He's called me it twice tonight. I mean, maybe I am. I don't know. Let's get another opinion, Ronnie. Am I a rules lawyer? There's a delay in answering.
I refuse to answer on the basis that the answer might incriminate someone. No, I do not believe you are a rules lawyer.
no, you're
But then again, the only time I've really had you as a GM has been corporation, where you've pretty much jettisoned the rules anyway. So it's maybe not the best. It's maybe not the best base test.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so she puts her fingers like this, but then in her other hand appears a rather shiny looking blade.
Mm-hmm.
You think it might be a side blade?
Okay.
The bee's got a
Well, let's
fight
see
on
how good she is with it.
Okay. So she rushes at you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Oh, attack, kill, maim, slaughter. I scream as I do it.
Right, so you're sort of rushing forward as well. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, can you make a roll, please?
I pass by 8. No, 10.
Ooh.
Right, okay. So yeah, you do get a hit on her. You sort of do this big slice along her shoulder, and she gives up this
32
piercing
damage.
scream. And she actually goes out cold from that.
Yeah, it's 32 damage.
Yeah, she goes out cold. And the other's like, whoa, shit, what the fuck? And they kind of go up, they start immediately doing an intravenous med pack on her. That's not
Okay, well-
supposed to fucking happen.
I killed them too.
Okay. Are the rest of you doing anything at this point?
Oh shit! OB, I don't think that they're in the game.
Wait, what?
I don't think they're in the game.
Calm down just a little, yes. I think we need to take stock.
Wait, we don't carry stock. Oh.
Yeah, the other two are protesting for you to get back as well.
Okay, hang on a minute. Let's take the headset off.
You're not wearing a headset? What the hell's wrong with you?
How do I get out of the game?
You're supposed to go to like a spawn point or something, but you're an MPP. You're always in the game.
Where did we spawn?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm not an MPP, by the way. I'm
We're not
offensive back.
Okay, I mean you can have a name as well.
Look, I think there's been a bit of a misunderstanding here. We're not actually playing.
Yeah,
Ah,
I don't think we're in the game because we were back in the gym. We were in the gym.
oh, the
We're a
gym
floor up
downstairs.
from the gym.
We were up in the gym.
Yeah, we're chasing 3 terrorists. Are you
And-
terrorists?
No, we're the good guys. They're
Where are
bad
the
guys.
terrorists?
And they sort of lean close. They are the bro dudes.
No. They're in mascot uniforms for the
Yeah.
Cougars. My old team.
No. They're the bro dudes.
No, they're in mascot uniforms for my old team, the Cougars.
No. Look, this is how it works. We're the dude bros. They're the bro dudes. Okay? We're sworn
Okay,
enemies.
I headbutt him, and then I ask the next
Right.
one.
At
Where
this
are the
point-
terrorists?
Yeah. At this point, I'm going to point my cougar at one of them and say, right, listen very carefully, for I
Okay,
will say
okay.
this only once.
Okay.
We are not playing your fucking game. We have somewhat walked in on this rather inadvertently. We were chasing actual terrorists who have actually done some actual harm to actual people, not you bunch of fuckwits. Now, have you seen people described, as my associate has said,
Hey.
in mascot uniforms? Or have you not? It's a simple yes or no question.
We just said, yeah, we have, but we don't know
Where
they've
the
gone.
fuck did they go?
Don't know, because these fucking bugs came in. I think they're from the insectorium a couple of floors down. They got out.
Thank you. Right.
Okay,
It's not much of a lead, but I think it's the only one we've got.
I've got. I want to look something up in Machines of War, page 66. Do you have it to hand there, babe?
Yes.
Scout powder.
Okay. 66.
Mm-hmm.
Scout powder. Right, yeah. What about it?
Well, how does it work, or is it going to take too long?
Luck is a big factor when using scout powder. A roll on 1d10 should be made. You should then add all the relevant modifiers from the list below.
Right, but what does it do? Because I can't remember.
It's a small canister of fine manufactured powder. Each particle of powder acts as a minute multifunction sensor, which works in conjunction with nearby particles to gather and transmit information about their target area. There must be at least a small amount of air movement to enable the particles to travel about the target area. Once the powder has been released, the results can be viewed on a computer or PDA. The information is
slow.
dependent on environmental factors.
Too slow. Camera drone. Cities of Gold, page 69.
God damn it! I got all the stuff to hand.
Well, it's all upstairs. So.
Oh,
Do you want me to come up? I'll find it.
one of them puts their hand up and says, "Well, they've probably just gone back to their hideout. We know where it is, but it's impenetrable."
Where is it?
Oh, it's a few miles from here.
Miles.
Where?
It's and it kind of gets up a data pad. What's the other one's doing the med pack to the girl? It is on Bro Dude Street, and he shows the map. It is a real map of the city, but weirdly the names have all been changed to really stupid, corny names.
And what did you mean by impenetrable?
Well, what do you think? Nobody can get in.
What is it? Is it?
It's like a fortress. There's traps, and you can't hack through, and no one has succeeded. It's like the ultimate level.
Right, that's where we're going. Lead the way, kid.
Okay. And that the spellcaster gets back up and just looks at you. God, seriously, it's not supposed to happen like that. Too much pain. Oh my god. So, how are you getting there? Are you walking? You taking a car?
It's a couple of miles.
Yeah, a few miles away.
Okay, let's call for a squad car. No, let's get there quicker. Let's call for an ambulance.
Well, there's probably some outside who are picking the patients up.
Are
Good
you
idea.
fucking kidding? An ambulance, you pay like 10,000 credits for that.
What? No, only if you pay the bill.
Oh, you tend to steal it. Okay, I get you.
Borrow.
Oh, wait. Do I have a license for that? Yes, I do. Public appropriation license. Awesome.
Okay, so as you're acquiring your ambulance, they introduce themselves. The sort of burly character is called Dude Zorro. There's the smaller guy who's Dude Zach 9000, and Dude Xena is a spellcaster spelt with a Z. Whom they mock a lot. It's with an X. No, Z with a Xena. Z. Okay.
Well, I'm offensive back. I'm the offensive back for the Cougars, or I was until I got this injury.
Oh, I didn't know there was a well ball game in this. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll go up there sometime.
I'm the real offensive back.
Ah, they've actually mapped your face on. I like it. Yeah. I get you.
They don't seem to have the idea yet.
I am at this point.
I have it.
I've come to a conclusion that we are either dealing with highly intelligent people who simply can't accept a simple explanation because they always believe that all explanations are complex, or they are complete fucking morons. I'm leaning towards the latter.
The player behind this PC is offensive back.
Oh, so you just made a character of yourself.
Yes, because who better?
Oh, that's so cool! We've got a celebrity on our team. Oh my god! You will be made the dudest dude, bro. You see, dude Xena give you a look as though to say that she's annoyed by the whole dude thing as well. Just
we exchange a look.
Just roll with it. They won't change it. Just roll with it.
Let's get an ambulance. We'll get outside.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I can't remember what it was. But in any case, so yeah, you get an ambulance.
Yeah, show my license. Ambulance driver goes, but patient. Drive off with the sirens going.
I mean, you can take the
Taking
patient.
the patient with us.
Why? We're not going to hospital.
Okay, I just didn't know if we'd stop long enough to unload him.
Okay, so as you're driving along with the ambulance, they explain to you the point of the level, which is okay. So the point is that we go in, and there's some kind of path to make a pact with the leader, but fuck that. We're gonna just try and destroy everything from the inside.
I think they're making a plan, guys.
No. We've made the plan. We planned this for ages. This is our life's work.
Yeah, but to you it's impenetrable. So you just stay outside and out of our way.
As you say that, Dude Zorro kind of tenses up a little bit, and you can see a little bit of blue running through his rather bulging veins.
Mm-hmm. He's on the drug too.
He's right. Okay. I need to sort of, for my own sanity and internal monologue, I need to voice this thought. Could we maybe just work out who isn't on this fucking drug? Because it would seem to be a smaller list.
Right. So here's the thing. We're in the game. We're probably doing things for real, but they're not as... We're doing the wrong things. We're being kind of mind controlled.
Ah, see what you're saying. Very clever.
Yeah.
So what are we actually going to be doing then?
Oh, probably killing somebody we shouldn't be killing.
That again.
Yes, but it's not quite 5 o'clock yet. We're not allowed to kill people. We're not allowed to kill until after 5 o'clock.
I mean, it's just that my licenses all seem to work. I'm pretty sure in the real world, the map was of the real world, but this isn't real. Therefore, we're being manipulated by blue drug. Now, I don't know about you, but I took a fuck ton of it. And they seem to give me a really strong dose.
Well,
So-
I think they said that you had the real stuff, and we weren't giving anything anywhere near as strong as what you had.
Oh, yeah. I'm fucked.
But you were off your trolley to start with, though. So
Right. I think
do you
I Right, so where exactly are we?
If it was the real world, I have no idea. But if we knew that, it would help.
I
So,
believe we were setting this in New York, weren't we?
Yeah.
so why don't you guys look at the map and try to remember what would really be there? Only I'm not going to bother.
Yep. You think that you're somewhere in Upper Manhattan. If you want to try and pinpoint exactly where to see if there's some significance, you can try with a roll.
What would we be rolling?
It would be let's go for intelligence.
Observation?
Yeah, okay.
Yay! I actually have a chance of this.
are we all rolling this one, or
Yeah, if you want to.
I made it by 7.
I made it by 1 actually.
I have good observation.
Okay. 2 secs.
For once, I have a-
Okay. Okay.
I have a character who is occasionally not useless.
Occasionally.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, the both of you get an idea of where you are. You're on the Upper East Side, next to Central Park, essentially.
Ooh.
But in particular, you can see where you're going. There's this kind of, you know that in the real world there's like a playground for kids. It's called the Ancient Playground because it's kind of themed around like temples and stuff like that, kind of Indiana Jones stuff. But you can see here it's been completely stripped out, and this kind of huge towering fortress is there in its place. There's even sort of the odd lightning bolt for atmospheric effect.
Ooh.
So what's here normally?
I take it this is what's here normally.
A playground.
No. What would be here in the real world?
I think they've tried as much as possible to recreate the real world in the game.
Yes, I know.
Give it that level of authenticity.
But the fortress isn't real. So what's really there? Who are we actually about to break into and kill?
The terrorists.
No, that's in the game.
We're going to kill. Zhang, you want to take this?
I mean, are we about to break into a UIG headquarters and kill some commissioner?
I probably think that's likely.
Yes, we'll say that. Yes. We're going to.
So perhaps that would be bad.
Yes.
Only if we get caught.
I think
But
if we don't get caught.
we got the blue stuff. What we're seeing isn't real. Mind tricks.
At that point, Maxwell, your phone rings.
Inmate department, psychiatric hospital.
Oh yeah, very, very funny, Maxwell. Have you sorted out the gym? Have you cleaned up the mess yet?
It's an ongoing on-site situation, sir.
I bet it is. I hear you got the manager shot accidentally.
No. The manager was merely dealing with the situation and walked into a bullet.
Right.
It wasn't
so where are
meant
these
for him.
terrorists who attacked from the hospital?
Well, we're dealing with that situation, sort of.
Can I hear seagulls in the background? Where the hell are you?
No. It's the tranquil center of the gym. It's got sort of whale sounds and seagulls and rushing waves and so on. It's just to create a tranquil peace of mind before you go in for another heavy session of trunk curls and arm pulls and so on. It's all very, very exciting. We're just cleaning up the mess now. I'd love to stay and chat, but we've got to clear this mess up. The boss says so. Thank you very much. Bye now.
Could you ask him what's here?
I've already done. He doesn't want us here.
Yeah, but
He thinks we're still back at the fucking gym dealing with this situation.
am I the only one that's making sense?
Rarely.
So,
You seem to have
are
calmed
you
down a
in
bit.
or out?
Well, hang on. We're trying to piece things together. So, I am. These two are making it worse.
Well, it's quite simple. It's supposed to be simple.
How do we find out what would be here, bearing in mind we're being mind controlled?
We are, and you see the two guys look at the girl, and she's like, "I don't fucking know. I don't control people's minds, only temporarily."
That's good.
I go over to the whoever I think is the sort of boss of the three.
That would be Dude Zorro.
I sort of lean into him and sort of gently whisper, "One too many balls to the head. It's all very, very sad. She I don't like talking about it. It's very embarrassing for her. But if you could just play along a little bit, she gets so confused if reality caves in at these moments.
Yeah,
You
cool.
understand?
Okay.
Thank you.
No, but yeah, I can play along. Whatever.
Oh, so if they've edited maps and text on maps, maybe they haven't done our hearing, and we could find someone whose veins aren't blue and ask them what that building is. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go up to someone and say, "Could you tell me what that building is?" Just a passerby.
Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of people walking along. They don't appear to have noticed that there are sort of LARPers around or anything like that. They're not looking at you. there's somebody in a suit. There's a couple of tourists. Anybody in particular you approach?
Yeah, I'll start with the person in the suit. I say, "Excuse me, sir, madam, what's in that suit?" Building.
What? Well, it's a castle. What does it look like?
Well,
I love the lightning effects. I don't
What
know how they do
company
it.
is that?
Oh, I don't think it's a company. Well, I suppose the attraction's owned by a company. Let me see if I can look it up for you.
Do you go to
Give
the
me a
gym
second.
at all, or a noodle house?
Sorry, are you a surveyor? Are you asking personal questions for a survey? 'Cause if
UIG.
so, I
I
don't
hold
give my
up my
consent.
I UIG, and I hold up my list of licenses unfolds for my
Whoa,
purse.
okay, I haven't done
Okay.
anything. I've not killed anybody.
No, I just need to check your veins, and I have a look at the veins.
What?
Has it got the blue stuff pipe going through it?
There aren't any blue stuff.
Okay. So what's that building there, please, sir?
I
Madam
just told you
slash
there's like
madam.
a castle.
Yes. But who's
I think there's
based
some other
there?
attractions in there. Oh, okay, fine.
Attractions.
I'll look at. Just wait a second. I'll get it up for you. Don't you have this technology anyway to look things up?
Yes, but my device has been tampered with. I'm on mission.
Blackhawk Enterprises, it's called.
And what do they do?
Presumably attractions like this one.
So that's an attraction.
This actually sends alarm bells ringing, OB, because Blackhawk, you remember, is another wet ball team. They're German.
Oh. And what do they do on your device there? What does it say they do?
Blackhawk own several multi-million attraction complexes, 2 theme parks, 3 experience venues such as a castle, a forest.
What's the experience in the castle?
Nightmare and Horror Castle. Looks like some kind of initiation ceremony takes place, and you're kind of you're the sacrifice or something. I'm not really into that whole thing.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much, citizen. I'll just scan your ID chip so later on I can recommend you for a rank point increase.
Oh, thank you.
What does it say they are?
Is in rank and stuff.
Yeah, who are they?
I haven't got a name because that was a bit quick, but they appear to be sort of your bog standard sort of team manager type level. They're rank 1. Nothing particularly out of the ordinary.
Team manager.
Yeah, like just a manager of a team in a firm.
Oh, I see, a supervisor type. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I told you I haven't done anything. My record's clean.
No, I'm recommending you for a rank point increase for helping an officer who needed assistance because my device has been hacked.
Ah.
It doesn't work.
Yes, I know what that means. God, you UIG, you're so bloody patronizing.
Okay. So, what's in that suit over there?
At this point, I'm going to go over to offensive and say, yes, I think we've taken too much of a gentleman's time. Come on,
Okay,
work. Thank you. At this point, I sort of flash a look to the guy and just say,
Right. So that's owned by a Welt Ball team. And they don't really, and it's a horror thing, and we get sacrificed inside as part of an initiation. It's a theme, it's a castle, it's an entertainment venue, but it's owned by a Welt Ball team, and no Welt Ball team owns that stuff. That is definitely not owned by a Welt Ball team. There is something amiss.
okay, then we have to proceed.
No,
Yeah, kill the bro dudes.
no, we don't have to proceed. I think we need
absolutely,
to get
yeah.
out of this game.
Is there any way I
No,
can?
see, no. See. We have to get out the game by going through. See, we've
No. Because then we're. Whoa. Remember which corporation we were investigating was not our own, or indeed, we're not supposed to be affiliated to corporations anyway. The point is, we were currently doing the deeds of a corporation we don't work for because they've mind controlled us. So we need to not do the game. We need to let the terrorists go. For all we know, we could be killing UIG officers. In fact, what we probably need to do is kill UIG officers because they're probably the actual terrorists.
It does make a strange sort of sense.
just walk off.
So you think that how are we being controlled then? Is this some sort of
The
code
blue drug.
fired into our?
At this point, I put my hand on Zhang's shoulder. Don't feed the animals. You're not allowed. Don't feed. The only way we're going to get through this is if we actually convince her to go into this fucking building.
No, you don't understand. We need to kill UIG officers, not terrorists.
Okay,
Right,
and as
this-
you're arguing, you hear the sound of something metallic rolling towards you, and there's billowing sort of yellow smoke that's coming out of a canister. Can all of you make me, let's see, endurance and psychology rolls?
Oh, made up a one.
Failed by 5.
Fell by 3.
Okay, so Maxwell, you kind of you get the sense that this is some kind of gas thrown by somebody, possibly to make you fall asleep, something like that. The other two, on the other hand, you're going kind of doolally and very, very drowsy and sleepy.
Oh,
Max,
for the
will you try
love
and-
of fucking God, Jesus H. Bloody Corbett! So grab the two of them and try and get them away from the gas.
Yeah, it's quite difficult. You're struggling to keep conscious yourself, although you are still conscious.
What are you
But
trying to do now? We're
all
fine.
these
These
cougar mascots come out of the smoke with big guns, and they kind of give you this sort of grin like that, and they go, "Everybody inside, then, please."
You're UIG. I know. I figured it out.
This is shit.
You know, I think actually it's probably better that I sleep because then I'll come out of the drug. Stay there. You'll be there when I wake up, right? You will?
So some time passes, and you do start stirring. And the first thing you smell is kind of very clinical, very clean, almost that kind of alcoholic smell of like bleach and stuff like that. You're in some kind of slightly dark room. There's sort of a low, calming light. Somebody's standing over you. You're all in beds, and it is filled with 2Ls. And he's just looking at his digital watch and just tapping and says, "The longer you're on those beds, the closer you are to a performance improvement plan. All 3 of you."
Well, this is very comfortable. This is the best I've felt for quite a while.
I bet it is. I wish I could get in hospital for 4 days. It'd be lovely.
4 days?
You must
Well,
be mistaken.
Apparently, and he takes off this clipboard off one of the beds and says, apparently you could be in here for longer. And he sort of slams it back on the hook.
What? With respect, sir, do you know what happened? What? Why have we
I'm
been
gonna
here so long?
clamber out of the bed and go, "We have to kill the UAG. They're the terrorists." And I try to punch him.
Okay, and he sort of tugs the call button.
Oh shit! Obi, offensive. Go back to bed,
Some nurses start coming in, and
please.
you're all still quite dazed. But one thing you notice is that as the nurses are kind of getting OB back into bed, they're saying, "Come on now, just get back." And they start this sort of weird distortion of voices. Then you
Well,
notice
hello.
Phil starts growing like an extra head. And it's all really kind of weird and trippy, but then you fall back into a weird sort of heavy slumber. You hear this sort of noise again, but it's kind of constant. And as you come round a second time, you are in some kind of little cave that's got these sort of big bars on the entrance, almost like a cage, and you can hear noise down below somewhere. The dude bros are not with you, and it smells quite kind of musty in here. There's some sort of torch braziers on the walls.
This isn't as comfortable as the bed was.
No, definitely not.
Oh,
You feel a bit more in it now, though. That's for sure.
So, where are we now? Are we in that castle place?
I'm going to assume so, unless we have evidence to the contrary. Right. Do we have all our fingers and toes and limbs and so on? Are we all?
You have a look. You don't feel any different from when you passed out from the gas.
Are we dressed the same as when we passed out from the gas?
You have a look, and yeah, you're still in your gym kit.
Are we still armed?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Which is
unexpected.
strange, you think? Yeah.
That
Okay.
does a little extraordinary.
You know, as much as I was not really going along with Offensive's rather strange conspiracy theory, I'm sort of leaning towards it now that we've been captured but been allowed to keep all our clothes and our weaponry.
I didn't say captured. You're not getting it. We're mind controlled by the drug we took.
I'm too weary.
So,
I start banging on the door. I say, captors, could you speak to the captees, please? We would like a conversation. Now.
Your shouting is kind of drowned out a bit by the sort of, it sounds like drumming down below. There's a big crowd down below. You can see eventually that there's some kind of guard, again in weird post-apocalyptic type outfits and a sort of a foamy spear. They start kind of coming along, but before then, you can see down below that a rather sort of slim, long-haired, blonde looking young woman is being led out in a rather stereotypical white gown fashion.
Excuse me. Yes, you fetching maiden. Yes. Could we perhaps have a conversation, please? It's rather important.
She's being led out by guards, and you think that she can't really hear you, but weirdly, she does turn around and look at you, just for a moment.
Can we see where she's being led to?
Yeah, she's being led to an altar.
Oh, we are in that castle place. It's that sacrifice that Obi was on about.
So this guard that you attracted the attention of as well comes round. They're wearing like a tribal mask type thing, and they say, "What?"
Right, that's a UIG person, and we're not seeing them as UIG. We're seeing them as something in the game.
So, do we kill these ones, or do we not?
No, they're in the real world. That's a UIG policeman.
Are you a UIG policeman?
Do I look like a UIG policeman to you? And
No,
they really
you're
don't.
just hearing that as no. But he actually said yes.
I'm not entirely sure what a UIG policeman does anymore.
Listen. We have a couple of questions. I'm going to ask them as
Well, we're
calmly.
a little busy.
Yes, I'm going to ask the questions as calmly as possible. Where are we? And why the fuck are we locked up?
You're in the castle. You were loitering. And you'll make some nice bonus to her down there.
Yeah, but you can
Who?
sacrifice
Who? I do apologize. That was grammatically incorrect. Her whom?
He sort of looks at, well, you can't really see from the mask, but he sort of turns and looks back as if, well, obviously her. The Gemini.
How many of these are? Is he by himself? This guy?
At the moment, yeah. There's a few, like, you're kind of on an upper level and you can see round, there's a couple more of his type walking around.
The Gemini. What's actually going to be happening over there? Thing.
Well, think about it, idiot. A Gemini is twins, but there's only one of her. So we bring out her twin.
Gemini is a twin, but there's only one of her. I'll look back.
Have you never heard of Gemini, the two twins?
Are you intending to give her a literal split personality?
You sort of see his face move a little bit. You can't see the expression, but you just assume he's smiling.
Oh, that's a little extreme, isn't it?
I'm going to move closer to the bar. So go, look, excuse me, I'm just going to beckon him over. Look, this is really confusing. Obviously, we've just woken up. But can you answer just a couple basic questions for me?
Okay. And you actually hear that the music is going in a loop.
Quit game. / quit.
How close is he to me?
Tilde /
Well,
quit.
you kind of
quit.
leans in a little bit. If you get right up to the bars, then the bars are quite, like, you can't put your whole hand through, but you can put sort of fingers through.
Oh, you can't put your whole hand through. Okay.
Escape. Alt F4. Control.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah. So you say you're not a UIG policeman. Are you sure you're not a UIG policeman? Could you maybe have forgotten in some way?
No. And in fact, if anything, I'm the one who knows much more because I know all about you and who you were. That was funny. I've always wanted to say that. Your faces.
I'm going to shoot you.
Oh, God. Okay, right. I need to get back to the ceremony. Excuse me. And he sort of wanders off.
I try the door. It just occurred to me that we're all sitting here and we've not actually tried the fucking door.
Okay. Can you make me a perception plus computers and AI roll?
No.
Yeah, this door feels solid. Like, solid. You do still have your weapons, but unless you try and pick the lock or something like that.
Right. We have 3 options. 1, we stay here. 2, we shoot the lock, but that might bring some of them here. I think they might actually hear the shooting. Or 3, if anyone actually has some ability with picking these damn things, then we might be able to get out a little more surreptitiously.
As you say that, you hear the sound of the door slowly creak open by itself.
What did you happen to say, OB? What did that?
And then you see Xena stagger in front of the doorway going, "Oh God, that was so hard. Oh, don't make me do that again, fuck's sake."
What did you
And
do?
you see the other dude bros. What do you fucking think? I made the door open by itself. Duh. We've got level 8 in this. Seriously.
Level 8 door opening. Wow.
Right, shall we fucking kick ass then or what? And the other
No,
say,
the
"Yeah, okay."
UIG.
What about her? Who is she? What's her significance? Maybe she is the one that we have to retrieve, or maybe we have to blow them up. Oh shit. This is nothing like we expected.
It's generally considered good to rescue the person being sacrificed.
Has anybody got the strategy guide? And
Right.
Zara starts like looking,
Yeah,
seeing for
yeah.
someone.
First of all, can you open this fucking door?
It's open, you muppet.
Yeah,
Look.
yeah.
She did.
Okay, right. Let's go rescue someone.
So, who? If this is as OB says, who could the Gemini be then? Anyone have any ideas who it possibly is?
Well, if we have to kill her, then it's obviously the target of whoever wants mind controlled wants us to kill.
Yeah, but we're going to rescue her.
But no. The way it's set up, we're going to rescue whoever's probably is. This is probably some court, and there's probably someone being tried for terrorism.
I look.
The Gemini will be a judge or something.
I'm going to look straight into Obi's eyes at this point. Obi, listen to me very carefully.
No, you listen to me.
Very carefully. I'm going to say this very clearly. Okay.
I never listen to you when you call me Obi for a start, and I headbutt you.
Okay, offensive, living up to your name. Now, listen. I figured it out.
At last.
No, listen. The reason that we kill her and not rescue her is because she is the physical embodiment in the game of the drug. If we kill her, the drug stops.
If we're meant to rescue her, killing her still works because she's still a terrorist. Let's do it. And it works in the game because you can't get sacrificed. Haha, it's a win-win.
Okay, so are you in agreement you're all going to go and kill her?
We're going to go and kill the sacrifice before she gets sacrificed.
Jang, are you in agreement as well with this?
I'm going to do what OB said because I don't want to be headbutted.
Okay, that is a good enough reason. Okay, so
at this point, I'm going to whisper to Zhang. Look, whilst Offensive is trying to deal with all the people sacrificing her, we're going to get this girl out of here.
She's been laid on the altar. She's been shackled.
Yeah.
She won't have much time.
I don't think you're going to get much chance of getting her out.
Well,
all right then, guys. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm sprinting down already. The moment we're
the dude bros follow you.
Yeah, we're
kill the bros.
Oh, fuck a doodle do. Just
we can't keep up with the running. Don't be.
No, enough of this running shit. I'm gonna get the hand cannon out.
Oh, okay. What about you, Jang?
I'll take my black cougar out and I'll follow as fast as I can.
Essentially, because it doesn't hit as often, but hopefully it will hit more.
Okay,
Do more
who is
damage.
going to hit Gemini?
My statement of intent is simple. The woman being sacrificed, I'm going to tear her off the altar and kill her off the altar.
Okay.
To say
Oh God, help us all!
you can
It both prevents the sacrifice and kills a terrorist.
can't even
Works
avoid-
both ways.
Right, I haven't. Whilst offensive is going to be attempting that, Maxwell is going to be shooting. I'm going to make an attempt to shoot the person with the sacrificial dagger or whatever. You know, the person who's about to do the bloody deed.
Yeah, that's fine. They are cloaked. They're in that kind of cheesy, like you can't see their face. It's all sort of shadow and stuff like that. But they do get out a very ornate looking dagger with way too many pointy curly bits.
Yeah.
And they're sort of holding it up like this. But before they come down with the blade, they say something sounds a bit like, the AI in your suit.
Fuck it.
Okay, cool. Right. So since you're doing long range, Maxwell, can you make your roll first?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same roll. Okay. It's just one hit.
Just just one. Okay. Make your damage.
Yeah. Yeah, I tickled him for 11 points.
Okay. How big is the ammo out of these hand cannons, by the way? Sort of yay size or bigger?
I think they're sort of. I think they're kind of
they're
normal
more like
size. And it's
Okay. All right. What I will say is that he's pushed back anyway. You think maybe you got him sort of in the knee or something like that. He's pushed back onto the long flight of steps that he's just descended, and his hood comes back, and he's got a fairly normal looking face, but you can see these huge metallic sharp teeth that kind of come out like that as he is kind of expletive at what's happened. You see the girl kind of turn back towards you again, in kind of shock and like "get me out of here" type thing, and all the guards turn and start advancing. At which point,
offensive.
the
Offensive.
dude bros definitely go on the offensive. They start like going around them all.
Offensive. We were wrong. They are the terrorists. Oh my God. It's the 11th hour bait and switch. They were making us go for the wrong target. They're the real terrorists.
I A, don't understand whatever Maxwell is saying, and B, ignore him anyway.
Oh, not again.
Oh shit.
Can you repeat that? Because you sort of froze for a bit.
Okay. I A, don't understand what Maxwell is saying, and B,
Yeah.
ignore him anyway.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
So I carry on with my original statement of intent. But
Yep.
presumably Jang's going to shoot as well, so it'll be, I
I
guess,
was just
after
about
that.
to ask. Okay, Jang, who are you shooting at?
I will shoot at anyone that's close to offensive. Anyone trying to stop her from getting to the altar.
Okay, so you're kind of covering. Not a problem at all.
I'm too far back to do much else.
It's fairly easy to do because basically, whilst whilst the dude bros are kind of busy, they sort of cleave through everybody. Sort of varies from time to time. Sometimes they get stuck on a couple of people, but yeah, they're going all at it, almost like the drug is really kind of pumping through their veins. Can the two of you advancing towards the altar, can you make me let's see, let's go for agility plus athletics, because you're kind of trying to get round people as well.
Is that me as well, or?
Are you going up to the altar as well?
Well, I'm sort of entering in. I'm more sort of wanting to
Yeah.
target that guy with a knife again.
Your action was shooting.
Yeah.
So I passed with an excess of 8.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got 15, so I failed by 6.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of get caught up in somebody. They've got this sort of big black mask on, lots of spikes and stuff, and they're quite big, and they're trying to like grab your gun off you. But offensive does go past you and sort of advances. Yeah, so he's not really doing that well actually in trying to keep hold of your gun. You kind of managed to keep pulling it off, but he keeps trying to yank it back. So you're stuck in that for the moment. Meanwhile, offensive, you get up to the altar again fairly easily. She's chained, so you need something kind of smash it, presumably, or
I'll use my sword.
sword. Then no problem.
I'll go ching on the chains.
Okay. And as you're doing that, you see that the sort of guy with the teeth, whilst yes, he's been shot in the leg, he's kind of trying to clamber up to you.
I do 31 damage to the chains.
Cool. Yeah, they're fairly easy to break, so yeah, that's fine. To which point, she actually looks at him. This woman on the altar, she looks at him and just says a word, and immediately he stops, almost in complete like paused almost, and you realize as well that everybody else has paused.
Okay. Then I yank her off the altar and kill her.
Okay. No problem. So what, presumably just like stab her and
Yeah, I'll yank her off and I'll go for a beheading.
oh, okay. So you do a beheading. Okay. So you slice through her neck, and her hair kind of tumbles with her head across the floor. She hits somebody who was in the middle of a fight with one of the dude bros, and her face just is there on the floor.
Woohoo!
And as you hold up your hands like this, you suddenly hear the sound of, "Will you sit down?"
What?
And the three of you realize you're in the hospital wing again. And Phil with 2 L's is still there. He's eating grapes.
Are those my grapes?
What is
I've dribbled.
And you're sort of coming round a little bit still, but you get the gist of he's being thrown out because it's end of visiting hours, to which he stands up and says, "Right, for the last time, get better or you're on performance improvement plans." And he goes off. And we'll end the
okay?
session there.
Thank you.
It's going
I-
on.
I
Did you eat my grapes? Did you eat all of them?
bastard.
Oh, I dribbled down there as well.
Okay. This is, as you know, not a children-friendly show. So I hope you liked that. I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh yes, that was
Yes,
fun.
absolutely.
That was a lot of fun. Oh,
It's hilarious.
oh God. That was
Awesome.
funny.
Awesome.
I enjoyed that a lot.
Yes, and thank you to our viewers as well, Steve
Yeah.
and Nathan.
Thank
See
you.
you later, Stephen.
We will see you all next
Um,
week, where the
yeah,
world, I'm
see you,
sure, is
Nathan.
going to be even more chaotic as we now enter lockdown. But we'll see you in the meantime.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye.